back with my microphone. Was talking a whole bunch about what I was doing and nothing. I gotta get better about that. Fortunately for me, I don't think anybody was watching, so just imagine I said a whole bunch of really informative things about what the hell I was doing at any given time. Okay. So yeah, basically I'm just free form writing, sketching ideas, and just trying to have a good time with it. So that's ultimately what creative expression for me is I don't know, does it sound cool? Does it feel cool? Does it transport me somewhere either emotionally or does it tell an interesting story to me? Is it boring? Like where are we with it? So hopefully it's not terrible to listen to. I was talking about adding timpani and orchestral percussion, which I did. I said to ignore all this stuff because it's probably not going to be too helpful in this case. Add another bass drum over here with them and timpani. I'd made a second horn. They're coming from. No velocity again. And by now the gas is gone, so I'm not gonna even mess with that anymore. Bum, 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 bum. Rise, Rick, welcome to my channel. Thank you for the high praise. Yeah, just working on all the stuff that's in this pattern is done tonight. Feel free to ask any questions you want. I'm just doing this for funsies, just for the live stream. Yeah, there's a lot of EDM and trap production going on these days with your average Twitch crowd, and I'm not really into the trap so much, but yeah, EDM I can get into, but I prefer to do the big, bold, orchestral, and soft, easygoing, relaxed kind of stuff most of the time. So I guess, when I'm not playing video games, thank you so much for following. Yeah, drop in anytime, especially if I'm doing a music stream. Do you do any of your own composing? Or are you trying to get into it, or is there like what do you look for when you go to a live stream and okay. I mean, in the broad scheme of things, we're all kind of beginners. There's always something new. There's always going to be something that's going to help you grow, and you know, I'm definitely a beginner to using this library. Goodness gracious. Spitfire's BBC Symphony Orchestra. This is the Discover version, one you can get for free if you want to wait 2 weeks. Um, it doesn't have a lot of features, but I mean, it's got some pretty fun texturally sound patches in there. Yeah, contact's definitely an essential if you're going to get into composition on the computer box. Hmm. Well, let's show you what we're using in Contact here for the strings. I have been composing for a very long time. I don't tend to discuss age on my stream so much, but let's just say, from the time that I was pretty much old enough to walk, I've been involved in music in some form or another. And I really, really got into music because of video games. Yeah, like you'll totally know how old I am, and I will start to feel old if I start to discuss the the video games that inspired me to become a composer. Tonight I'm using session strings for most of my string stuff. It has an animator where it like can do automated rhythms for you, but I prefer to write my own rhythms wherever possible. So what I've done here is I've got this kind of ostinato going on with session strings right here. Let's please. I really got to clean up this this little project. It says it says a lot of tracks. There's lots of whatever, and I have all this stuff. This was actually from I took this template from a bigger project that I did. I was competing in a composition thing for Spitfire Audio. I mean, it was like they were rescoring a scene from Westwood, that TV show on HBO or whatever. So yeah, I had a pretty big project file for that. Yes, occasionally Spitfire does composition, composer competitions, kind of thing, rescoring audio for scenes from film and TV. And this one was like a chase scene. Let me see if I can pull it up for you, actually. Let's turn it up.
Verified. Enable semi-automatic control. Disable safety features. Maximum speed. Go.
What's happening to him?
I think he's switching genres.
We need distance. Head south.
Yeah, this was my my entry for that competition.
Is that a standard issue?
No. It's not. Point and shoot. Police ahead. Maintain speed. Maintaining speed. Sharp left. Now.
I missed.
Hold on. All right, I need you. Drop in, intercept, maximum speed. Arm charges now. Accelerate.
Acceleration at 90%.
More.
94%.
More.
98%.
Stop.
Why are we stopping?
Get down.
With scoring for film and all that stuff, Basically, you do a technique known as spotting. You basically look at the track without any music, or the video without any of the music. You identify key components to the scene. When does this happen? When does that
As a music
happen?
producer, I've
Oh,
always been
goodness gracious. Um, you just kind of take notes on where certain things happen in the scene, and you try to get a timestamp for that. Also, while you're watching, you kind of doing the music decide the pace of that scene, and when you actually load the video file into your workstation program and stuff, and you have it visually there for you, you can kind of get a better sense for how fast you want things to go, when to time certain things, use automation to change your tempos and things like that. It can be hard, especially daunting if it's like your first time trying it out, but I recommend everybody give it a shot. If you like doing music anyway, it's fun. And that's as good a reason as any to do anything like this. Have a good time. Ah, let's see. I was gonna put some the current one I'm making now. You want to hear the whole thing? Yeah, we can do that. I have a bunch of different patches that I put together in a previous live stream. This start fresh one is all the new stuff I did only tonight. Oh, let's make sure everything's turned on. And I was supposed to go dum 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 dum. We were gonna continue that phrase, but this was the stuff from the previous stream. During composition, do I ever compose a part where it's almost similar to other music and then I scrap it? All the time. But I mean, honestly, there is at this point no 4 or 5 bar phrase that hasn't already been done by somebody somewhere out there. I mean, it's just it's a matter of doing what is new to you, something that you haven't done before. I mean, you might have heard stuff all over the place that's influenced what you're doing. I mean, if you are an appreciator of any kind of music, um, you're probably getting it from somewhere. I mean, I have influences like Beethoven and Mozart and Chopin and all them, but I try not to write, you know, direct references to any other stuff. But you will find yourself kind of in a mode at any given time. Sometimes you'll be writing something, and at the end of it, you're like, oh man, that very unintentionally kind of sounds like this. But that's okay because it is your own thing. And I mean, hopefully it's dressed up to sound just different enough that you kind of have a musical heritage built into your work, but the music is yours. It's the heritage that people will feel, you know, it's my own ideas on that anyway. People share that, people don't. Um, the most important thing is, are you happy with what you've done? And just leave the haters out of it. So this was that hybrid section that I wanted to rewrite, but I feel like the drums are just a touch too loud. Let's disable that synth there. How do you make an instrument sound natural? Sometimes you get lucky and you have a library that has it recorded in such a way that it's really, really easy to play. I have experience playing a lot of different instruments in real life. Like I play woodwinds. I'm very familiar with many woodwinds, piano, keyboard, drums. Only thing I really don't touch much is strings. I don't play violins, violas, any of that stuff in real life. I can play power chords on a guitar, and I can do some bass stuff, but most of what I do is composing. The way you get things to sound natural is you kind of draw from either your own experience, yeah, or even your piano. You draw from whatever experience you have, and how would you play it if it was you? And then you lay down your idea. Let's just say let's see. I'm gonna pull out, where is, do I not have it? Oh, there it is. Okay. Really great instrument made by these makers. It's kind of hard to buy this, so I recommend you know what you're doing when it comes to buying stuff. But this Nanzao by Kong Audio. It's a really great Chinese flute. Let's use the quick key switch. Let's say that we were going to write something for it. Okay. All right, so that's your standard sustain patch right there. I'm using key switches. Yeah, no joke. Instrument plugins are hella expensive. What's a really simple melody I can use? I have my main theme here for Occurrently Trenthian. So it sounds really fake. It's not anything special, but you kind of picture the line the way that you'd maybe play it, and you can change things up there a little bit, and it helps to make it more natural. I wouldn't hold that note that long. You can actually hit backspace here to turn off snap and shorten it just a little bit. I would probably do some sort of expression here. So let's use the key switch to choose one. So we'll use the key switch right there to change that. That's not a really good key switch to use. You just play it back until you hear something too soft. I like that a little bit more. It sounds like a little embellishment that you'd hear somebody maybe play. I'll turn up the speed a little bit. It's maybe not quite there, so what I would do is maybe clone that so I can get some more attack on that particular note. Where's the key switches? There we go. And when it's tucked into a bunch of other stuff like strings, um, it's going to sound even more natural because they're not going to hear all the tiny little imperfections in the phrase. I'd probably actually change that expression too. Here we can do that. Yeah. And then that doesn't have any effect on it. Something that you really should do. One of the steps to making anything sound natural is to set up your room, your space. Where is it being performed in your mind there? Like what is the atmosphere? What are you going for, you know, as far as where it's being performed? In this case, I have a convolution reverb set up right here. So I'm going to use that. And set this one to the same, 110. And we'll use the send to add some reverb. And let's see how that sounds with a little bit of strings behind it. You get really good using relative pitch if you have that gift, hearing it in your head and knowing generally where to throw it on the piano roll. Oh, I'm like, why is everything so tiny? This isn't the best oboe. It's a set of oboes, BBC Spitfire, but it's the oboe I got right now. I'm too lazy to load a better one. And we can track that end sound now with that. Child. Make sure we got the right key switch set up. Very loud. And I'm showing you pretty much pound for pound how I wrote this song the first time. I didn't do anything complex with the rhythms. I didn't do anything overly. I'm getting the textures down first, and I'm getting the general chord progression down first as I go, and I'm getting a melody down that I like as I go. And eventually, you just keep knocking chips off your marble, and you end up with the theme to Currently Trenthian, which is this. Anyway, yeah, you just kind of go for whatever feels right to you. The fun thing about music is, since you're really the only one listening to your own stuff at first, you can take as little or as long as you want with it to make it sound good and perfect it. Before I forget to, I'm going to go ahead and hit save over here. I've lost many, many projects to not saving. Yeah, no, it's really easy to abandon a piece of work. I first worked on this song that I was doing on tonight's stream, I think 4 months ago, and then I just like didn't touch it, and I'm touching it again for like the first time tonight. But I kind of like where it's going tonight, and I'm going to probably work on it again at some point. Yeah, so everything. What time is it, Trenthian? It is presently 11 p.m. Brought to you by Pacific Bell. Yeah, Tuesday, November the 16th, 2021, 11 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Are you East Coast or Europe, UK, Southeast Asia? You're finding all your streams are happening at a rough time zone? Well, oh, you're a future boy. Well, welcome to what is it like 14 hours ahead of me? 15? You're gonna find that there's a lot of streamers in the US, yeah. Disproportionate number of streamers come from the US and Canada. But yeah, there's the cool thing about me is that you never know when I'm gonna stream. I can stream anytime. I might stream in my afternoon. I might stream my 11 o'clock at night. I could stream at 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning. Time has no meaning to me. No, but there's lots of cool catch ups, and I do highlights and videos on demand. So if you did miss my stream live, you'll have a chance to maybe pick it up at least for a limited time before I delete it. But yeah, I'm gonna be keeping all my music streams up in video on demand because I mean, I do for you. But my gaming streams and whatnot, I tend to only make little highlights of those and then, leave them to the ether. Right now, I'm trying to stream Back for Blood. Uh, I also do Arc Age streams on the Arc Rage private server. Um, in the past, I have streamed Stardew Valley, Resident Evil, Surviving Mars. What else have I streamed? I've streamed. I mean, I stream just about any kind of game. I'm a game developer, so I'm enthusiastically involved in what makes games fun. So yeah, I don't tend to stay with things for very long, but Arcade right now is taking up all of my gaming time because it's addictive as all hell. So I'm playing that nonstop with my friends. I would say stay away from it because it is the devil's game. It won't let you go. Yeah, Arcade is like 7 years old. I didn't start playing it until about, I want to say 2013, little bit after it came out. And I played it for like a couple of years and then stopped. Oh yeah, no, time flies when you're not. Uh, I mean, in Korea and Southeast Asia, it might have been longer, but yeah, in America, it was around 2012, 2013, I think was where it was released here. I don't know. All I know is that I stopped playing it for a solid 4 years. I was free. I was free of the game, and then I got pulled back in. So I've been playing it recently. Pretty much. Yeah. I have no willpower. Well, the thing that drew me back is I like Arcage's Halloween celebrations and whatnot. So I went back to their free to play server where my character was parked, and everything is just awful. That server is dead as a doornail. There's nothing going on. Everybody's AFK. Mm, I don't understand why they still run it, why it's still up. Gold farming's out of control. Arcade Unchained is also kind of really bad. That's their pay to play, where you buy the game up front and then you don't have to worry about paying to play after that point. But that's a pay to win mess. So yeah, there's this private server for Arcade called Arcrage, and well, as I understand it, it is quite the step up from the official servers. But don't say I told you so. Stay far away. That game will suck the life out of you. I had thought of doing Final Fantasy 14, but I'm still kind of mad at Square Enix over Final Fantasy 11. I played Final Fantasy 11 when it first came out, and Yeah, let's just say that I maybe played it for a week, and then they overdrafted my card. They had a really terrible payment system, and I ended up paying like 200 bucks because their payment system kept charging me over and over again. And like, I didn't have any money on that particular card. I was using it because it was an online game, and they just slammed my bank. My bank charged me something like 130 bucks. Square Enix charged me like, on top of that, their fees that they'd never reversed. And I only got that was 1 month. Like that's such a big mistake for a company to make. And yeah, so I'm a little a little annoyed with Final Fantasy, but it does look like a fun game. And I have friends who work on it, so uh, I don't like to say bad things about my friend's bread and butter, but it looks fun. Well, Earthbound has um, one of the more out there kind of crazy soundtracks to a video game I've heard, but it's absolutely stellar music. And I was actually working on a jazz remix of some of it. I mean, it already lends itself to the style of big band. Um, yeah, YouTube the soundtrack really quick. Earthbound main theme. This is that's the opening theme to Earthbound. It does use a lot of Latin percussion. Uh, the proper terminology for the shakers and that particular type of rhythm section with the castanets or wood blocks and whatnot. It's called a uh, cocktail rhythm section. But here is my version of that very same track. Let's let the patches load in. Struggling to keep up. It's lounge music. It's cocktail music. So it's like a kind of percussion set that you'd see inside a cocktail lounge. This is some of the other music in the game that the Onet theme uh, done for big band also. All the patches are having trouble keeping up because they're not loaded . Yeah, That's session brass with native instruments. Like, I didn't expect it to be so good. It really is a fantastic little jazz brass library. Jazz brass. Here's with all the saxes. What else was I using? I'm all like, where's the rest of the guitar? I didn't write the rest of the guitar. Let's write the rest of the guitar. Okay, so that's why that's happening. sounds a little wonky right now, but I'm gonna fix it up. That's such a little tail. Let's cut that off real quick. Take it from the top, maestro. So I gotta follow that bass groove, I think. Where's the melody there? It's on tenor here. I don't know if I got that highlight up anywhere, but you would have watched me like pulling my hair out, trying to figure out bass tones because my hearing isn't so good down there. Yeah, the whole thing should be good to go now. So let's hear what everything sounds like. Oh goodness, I haven't seen this file in a long time, so it's gonna take some locating. Here we go. That's why it was taking so long. It was loading anthology strings. Gracious. Okay. This one has cello in it. Let's take a listen. So yeah, this is one of the things I can't do on my stream just yet until I get a capture card. I can't really do my bigger productions, the stuff where I'm using all my good stuff, all my best sound libraries. I can't do that yet because you hear all the clicking and crackling. You can't keep up. But let's hear the cello and the drums. So this is just Pocket Blackest. And I have it doubled with an anthology cello, so is this one gonna play? Is that right? That's not right. Oh, maybe it's over here. So the anthology cello from 8DO Audio, that's the one I paid for. Sounds really great, but I still like to use the free one so that you can have two different flavors of the same thing. One stands out a little bit more, the other one blends in a little bit better. The thing you worry about with doubling more than standing out too much is phase issues. Because if the recordings don't work well together, um, you might run into some trouble there. Like it might sound tinny or hollow, and in that case, yeah, you shouldn't do it. But with a little bit of panning and maybe using a bus compressor on both of the tracks together to kind of glue them together, it might sound a little bit different. I don't know. You find creative solutions to a lot of things when you work with it. So for the vocals, which isn't saying a lot, um, it's just a vocal pad using Liberis, which is also 8DO. I got it for free in one of their sales, so I wanted to use it for something. Yeah, on your lead instruments, especially when they're about to play a lead part, throwing a little bit of delay on them. Activate your delay. Makes it sound like it's ethereal floating over everything, and it just has more impact and power behind it. Separates it just enough. Just enough. There's a lot of different patterns in this is like one track for a bunch of different songs, all related. So, I haven't opened this file up in a while. That's, stuff that is not in my final print for that song. Like, I'm listening to that, I'm like, "Did I write that? That's, what?" Yeah, no, I have a different version of this same pattern that was part of the official release for that. And I'm, like, listening to it, I'm like, "Why didn't I go with that?" Oh, yeah, because it's, like, maybe too heavy for it's a special edition. Did I do that on recorder? So this is very, like, sweepy, kinda like, fluid chord progression. I had a lot of fun doing that. I like writing calm, relaxing music like this. Pretty simple guitar stuff too. Don't think the guitar shows up on the stream unless I do this. Yeah, it's funny, I have, like, all these really, like, specific, really good plugins, like Real Guitar, all the stuff from Kong Audio that I have for the flutes and whatnot, percussion, and, like, very focused, plugins, but I don't have any of the really good, like, orchestra plugins. I don't have, Spitfire Audio's, Symphony Orchestra. I don't have any of those. The one I would want is probably Spitfire's BBC Orchestra Pro, but man, it's way too out of my price range. So I'm hoping that they're selling it for like a couple $100 in the future. That'd be really nice. The mixer probably looks like garbage here. Yeah, nothing's organized. Oh. Well, that's sadly, I think that is about the end of the stream. I have to bounce because I have something I have to get up for in the morning. Trenthian is a very busy boy in 5 hours. I'm not gonna get any sleep. But thank you very much, Riser, for tuning in and having a. I hope to see you again soon, very soon. I'll be hitting you with a follow back at some point really soon as well. But I do have to. Yeah, anytime. If you see me doing music streams, drop in, ask questions. I'm here to help spread the joy of music. Oh, you knows I'm gonna follow you back. I don't care. You're getting a follow, my bro. All right. So we do this thing where I do my outro. I'm using a different streaming software today than I'm used to, so it doesn't automatically do the music for me. Oh, that's my alarm. All right. Thank you, everybody, for tuning into Occurrently Trenthian. I should be going again probably tomorrow. We'll see. Tonight we just did a bunch of music goofing around. I made some new friends, especially Riserek. Thank you very much for stopping in. If you in the future are stumbling upon my video on demands, please hit me with a follow. It really helps out. I would love to see you in my stream, ask questions, hang out, chat, play games, whatever works. But until next time, see you, Space Malboy.